I am here with another beautiful woman. I believe stories need to be shared and told. And from what I hear, she has a beautiful, wonderful story to tell. And right now, I'll allow her to introduce herself.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lula Cosby. I am a transplant from a long way across the country, from Mississippi to Chicago to Cerritos, California to Springfield, Ohio. Good morning.
Good morning. Let's get right into it. You're from Chicago.
Yeah, that was my second home.
Second home. What was your first home?
I was born in Gunderson, Mississippi.
Tell me about that.
Ooh. My mother gave me to my grandmother when I was about 6 or 7 months old. My grandmother and grandfather raised me in the household with my aunts and uncles and cousins. At any given time, there was probably 12 to 15 of us in this little shotgun house. My grandfather was a sharecropper, and so I had a wonderful upbringing in that environment. When I was 8 years old, my mother came back to Mississippi. She had migrated to Chicago, and she came back and got me, and so that's when I started my life in the Chicago area. We were part of the Great Migration, in the 1940s, where folks from Mississippi and southern states moved from the farmland into the cities, like Memphis, Louisville, Kentucky, and our family stopped at Chicago.
Okay. How did we get to Soul Train and become a Soul Train dancer?
Well, in my early years, I have to honestly say I was a wild child. Okay. And we were dancers, freestyle dancers, at this club called Budland on that 64th and Cottage Grove in Chicago. Part of that dancing group, we became known as steppers and things like that. We competed with other groups, and most of the time we won. So because of our dancing skills, we tried to audition for a bandstand. And back in that day, it wasn't allowed, the mixing of the races. So we were denied the opportunity of being on bandstand. So we, along with some others, namely Don Cornelius, who was he was a regular. Let me go back. Some of our back in Chicago, they don't. When you have a party, we call them sets. So we had several dance sets where our people came, they paid to get in, and we just danced all night long. Don Cornelius he was not a dancer. He was more like a wallflower, but he was very smart. So he came to us and said, well, since they won't allow you guys to be on bandstand, why don't we start our own? And so he was able to hook us up with a studio downtown at the top of the Board of Trades building. And so every Tuesday, we would go downtown and do our dance the same as they did on bandstand. We normally didn't have artists in the beginning, but as we became popular in the neighborhood, different artists would stop by, B.B. King and different ones. So Clinton Gent, he was one of the local little neighborhood type, entertainers, but very, very popular in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
He was known to be a great MC.
Mm-hmm.
And so he partnered with us, and he actually showed Don Cornelius how to be an MC and introduce people and get the party going, so to speak. So we were really going strong, very popular in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Someone from California uh, contacted Don Cornelius, and he told us that he was going out to California to talk to these business people and maybe syndicate our show. Well, he went out to California and he signed a contract for himself, and he took the name and everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, to California. A lot of people don't know that, but that is the truth. You know, we have pictures of different artists and photos of all of us dancing in the studio. So it was very devastating when we came down to the studio one Tuesday and opened the door to walk into the studio, and it was completely dark. And that's when we realized that we had been sold out.
Wow.
Yeah. But, you know, he made a great living for himself in Chicago, and we have the memories to last us a lifetime.
Yes, ma'am. What brought you to Springfield, Ohio?
I worked for a subsidiary of Bristol Myers Squibb called Dracket in Chicago. We made household consumer products, Osita mops and brooms, Drano, Windex, those types of products. When Bristol Myers Squibb decided to close the Chicago facility, I was offered a position to remain with the company, first in Franklin, Kentucky, and which I turned down, and then they offered me to go to La Mirada, California. And so I accepted that position and moved out there, and it was a beautiful life. You know, California is
beautiful.
Oh, at midnight it's still, you know, bright and shiny, and you know, we had, you know, just a happy time out there.
What do you like about being a realtor?
But to explain to you how I became a realtor, I purchased and sold a house in Chicago.
Okay.
I purchased and sold a house in Cerritos, California, which was a little suburb from La Mirada. And then I purchased my home here. Every real estate agent that I had told me, you need to go into real estate. And I was like, why would you say that? They said, because you know how to package the property. And that's when I started realizing that to sell real estate, you have to look at it as this is a product and a package. Just like I was making that Windex and those brooms all through the years, you put it together and make it appetizing to your client, and then you add to that the education, which becomes your professionalism in understanding and knowing the business. And so, and the bonus in that is that you choose to work. I don't have to punch a clock. I don't have to sign in to anyone. I work whenever I want to. And so it gives you a freedom, to live your life while you earn, your money. So, yeah, I really love real estate.
What are the hardest obstacles, or the hardest obstacle that you had to overcome in your lifetime?
Ooh, there were many. Um, one of the obstacles is, we women have a more difficult role in life. We are the caregivers, we, the nursemaids, we have to be there to take care of the children when everybody else is gone. We're always the one to raise our hands to say, I will. So it puts us in a very particular uh, position of always being on the go. And you have to learn how to adjust your time, with that. Racism is also another obstacle that we have to deal with. And that's going to be in any and every part of an African American woman's life. You cannot get around it. So what you have to do is adjust to it and prove that, number one, that you have the right to belong.
I want to stick on the subject of women. What would you say to young women today that about knowing the value of themselves?
I went through a period in my life where I put myself in second place just to be a part of something or just to be in a relationship. Luckily, I remembered some of the lessons that my grandmother who raised me, Henrietta Wells, she always taught me to be proud of who I was and that I was worthy. So I changed my attitude in relationships, in business, and that was I was worthy. I deserved to be where I was, and I put myself in second place to no one. Not to say that I was so bossy or demanding, but I required respect in my personal relationships and also in my business. Young ladies have to learn that they are worthy enough to require that. And too many of them don't believe that they can require it or demand it of others.
So, as a mother and as a grandmother,
Great
grandmother,
Yeah.
what does that mean to you?
Oh my goodness. I have some of the most fantastic grandchildren and great grands. Our sons, and we have one daughter, have given us the most fabulous grandchildren ever. And this is very true. They all are talented, and they all have great personalities, and especially the girls. They make me feel so good because they all say they want to be like Mama. And to hear them say that and to see them wanting to be in my presence, that is a blessing.
You are a wife. Nowadays, the value of marriage is not what it should be within our community. Can you talk to me about the value of marriage?
I'm in my second marriage. My first marriage, unfortunately, ended in a homicide in Chicago,
Wow.
which left me with 2 sons at the time. People ask me, how did you get to Springfield? I say, well, God sent me here in order for me to meet my husband. I was a widow for 15 years until I met my husband. His name is Lawrence Cosby. People call him Rex, which is a part of his middle name. Marriage is a two-way street. It automatically starts and has to be maintained through respect for each other. And you have to require your husband or your wife to give you that honor of respect. Because I see so many young ladies throwing their lives away just to be a part of him. You're okay by yourself. You don't have to be a part of anyone else. But if you are on the right track and you find the right one, it is a glorious experience to share your life with that other person.
Yes, ma'am. Before we go, is there anything you would like the listening audience to know that we have not discussed?
Ooh, you don't have time. Really?
Well, we could have, this is just the first of many. We could have you back. If you don't mind coming back, I would love to have you.
Okay. I don't mind coming back. I love my life here because I get to work in the community. I love serving the community. My husband gets on me all the time. He said, can you please stop saying yes and learn how to say no sometimes? You know, it's in my blood.
Yes, ma'am.
It's in my blood because my grandmother raised me to serve God. And God is everywhere. So when I volunteer in these community projects, I feel that I am fulfilling some of his requirements by giving back with my time, my resources, my energy, and I love it.
I'd be remiss before we go. Can you tell me, we talk about the love of God and what God has brought us through. Can you share with me how God has brought you through to where you are today?
I should have died years ago because I came up through the 60s in Chicago, where I lived in a neighborhood, where gangs were. They monitored and ran the neighborhood. Somehow, God prepared me to be always in the right place. So I did not have to bow down to some of the demands of a gang. And they would come to a neighborhood and tell residents what you had to do in order to maintain, your household. I went through not only being promoted in my company, I walked through that line of fire of higher management carrying a club. So I was able to survive that and be successful by the hand of God.
Wow.
Yeah. And I see God I celebrate him, I would say, every Sunday. at St. John Missionary Baptist Church,
Yes, ma'am.
34 West Pleasant Street.
Pastor Brown.
Pastor Ernest C. Brown.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Great man.
He's a great man. Yes. Thank you so much
Yes.
for
Thank
allowing
you.
me.
Thank you for taking time out of your day. And we'll hear a lot more from Miss Cosby. She said she will be back. We are at the Browns coffee shop. If you have not been here, you need to get here. The coffee and food is delicious.
Wonderful.
And till next time, peace.